if you read my column in the Pittsburgh Trib, you can see them online, TribLIVE.com in the sports section. You go to TribLIVE.com, click sports, you see the pro wrestling tab. Every Monday and Friday, new wrestling column. And there is a number that you see there. There's a Trib work email. There's number, and I don't ever, the numbers, it's in my office at the Trib, and I'm never there. I don't use it. Anybody that needs to actually call me that I need to talk to would call my cell phone, but I do check the messages from time to time. Now, I checked it a few weeks ago, and I got a voicemail that I laughed at, but I didn't. I was like, I saved it, I laughed at it, and I went on. And then I got another voicemail just recently, and I said, okay, now this is all starting to happen. I can't ignore this stuff anymore. So this voicemail came on April 22nd, and it was from a lady who was concerned about the Undertaker, because if you remember, the Undertaker did lose at WrestleMania, and he did apparently have to go to the hospital that night. And I guess there were some crazy rumors floating around in her news cycle about the Undertaker's health. Let's go ahead and take a listen to this one.
Hi. I just got the news this morning about the Undertaker.
What news?
And I just want to confirm, is he okay? Or is he not?
The Undertaker's dead.
Call me at 260.
Oh.
My name is Lexus.
Now I walk and I hear this. It was April 22nd, so it was not like it was like right after WrestleMania. And I'm like, what? And I start searching. I'm like, what is she referring to? I guess from what, and it wasn't even on April 22nd that I could find. There were like hoaxes of the Undertaker's health, and I think the Examiner, because they love to make up crap. I think even the Examiner was talking about, how bad his health is and rumors of what's going on. And she was really worried. I actually thought about calling her to calm her down, and then somebody suggested I should call her and prank her, but I was like, no, she seems like a nice lady. She's just maybe a little bit too gullible with the news media. This second woman, ironically, I feel like I get more male wrestling fans, but ironically, both these voicemails are from females. The second voicemail I just got, it was left a few days ago, and I guess what triggered it was back on Friday, May 2nd. My column for that Friday, May 2nd, was about how Chris Benoit's son, David, how I do not think he'll ever be in WWE, shouldn't be in WWE, and how his path of going down the wrestling world here is, it's a tough one. I don't know how smart it is. I wrote the column. You can read it on TribLIVE.com in the sports pro wrestling section. And of course I make mention of who Chris Benoit is for anybody who may have forgot or, whatever. This woman left me a 2-minute voicemail, and I can't describe it, so I'll just let you listen to it for yourself. Listen to this.
Hi, Mr. LaBar. My name is America Hernandez, and I was just reading what you wrote about Chris Benoit and his family. I've been watching Chris Benoit since I was a little kid, and I really idolized that guy. He was a real good guy. And what he wrote on that page was not adequate and was not really a good piece of it. I think that was a poor judge of judgment.
Poor judge of judgment.
And that wasn't right what you said about him or his son. And I think that's my opinion on that. I think that they should actually be able to put Chris Benoit into the Hall of Fame because of what he did for WWE, for WCW, and for everybody else in that industry. He did a good job. And what he did in his actions for what happened with him and his family was not adequate.
Adequate?
It was not realistic. He was found murdered. His wife and son were murdered. He did not kill them. They were murdered. I read a lot of people saying stuff about Chris Benoit killing himself, killing his wife and his son. I don't think that's adequate, and I don't think that's right.
Adequate.
You guys should be able to actually tell what's right and what's justified. If you guys are being, blamed or something, that's not my fault. But I think that's actually what you guys should bring to light about what's been going on with Chris Benoit and his family. And for his son, I think it's right that he actually is able to be, should be able to actually work for WWE. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Now look, first off, this whole notion of he did not kill his family, that they were all killed, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, I believe they even found basically a suicide note in a Bible. It said, "I'm preparing to leave this earth." Like, they've done all kinds of research, investigation. Like, I don't know where, again, I don't know what news is in her, what is in her presence of how she thinks that he did not murder. And the fact that, I guess that sums it up. She thinks that he was murdered, he didn't kill anybody, so that to her is why he can still be in the WWE Hall of Fame, which the fact of the matter is, it's on record, it is the record, it's what we have to go with until something ever is proven otherwise, that he killed his family. So I don't care what he did for WCW, WWE, and everybody. He was, W-A-S, was a great guy. He did, D-I-D, a lot of good things. But unfortunately, his final 72 hours were horrific and disgusting, and that 72 hours does not just get, that doesn't, an entire career, unfortunately, it just doesn't cancel out what he did in those 72 hours. So, and by the way, how can I take somebody seriously who's going to tell me she's going to try to use adequate when she means accurate? Am I right or am I wrong? Adequate didn't apply there, did it? It didn't apply. Yeah, no, it didn't. Accurate, not adequate. Accurate. I wish she would have left a number because we would be pranking her. Sweetie, if you listen, call again. I will gladly give you a reality check. Adequately.